Putin has astonishing support, the Kremlin says, despite the recent coup attempt. After putting down an armed uprising, the Kremlin claimed on Thursday that unverified footage showing President Vladimir Putin greeting adoring supporters proved that he has astounding support. Wagner mercenaries marched hundreds of kilometers, almost reaching Moscow, and captured military facilities in southern Russia, seemingly gaining some support. However, Moscow has insisted that Putin's long rule has not been weakened. Since the COVID pandemic, Putin has been under strict isolation rules, and he is still rarely seen interacting with regular Russians. Video of Putin approaching a crowd of cheering people, mostly women, in Derbent, an ancient city in the Dagestan region of southern Russia, was released by Moscow late on Wednesday. In Derbent, there was an astounding demonstration of support and happiness of the local population, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said on Thursday. Putin, he claimed, could not refuse to wave to the crowd. The 70-year-old leader, flanked by suit-clad men and a cameraman, reached over a barrier to shake hands. He took off his coat, waved and blew a kiss to the crowd, and hopped in a waiting car. Since Wagner chief Yevgeny Prigozhin's mutiny, the Kremlin has avoided mentioning him by name while insisting that Putin has not been weakened by the rebellion. Peskov, using Moscow's official term for the conflict in Ukraine, said on Thursday, "The data we have show the prevailing and dominating support of the president and the special military operation." Putin has claimed that the rebels did not have widespread support. After the Wagner rebels were defeated, Putin allowed them to return home, join the regular army, or go into exile in Belarus, despite his initial condemnation of them as traitors and promise of harsh punishment. The recent trip Russian President Vladimir Putin made to the far-flung region of Dagestan has revived rumors that he employs body doubles. Body double rumors have been stoked by Vladimir Putin's recent public appearance changes. Putin's appearance in a waxwork-like photo with Chechen warlord Ramzan Kadyrov after their June 27 meeting at the Kremlin stands in stark contrast to the one displayed by Russia's leader just hours later when he was filmed in the Dagestan region of the Caucasus. Putin visited the Caspian seaport city of Derbent, where he enthusiastically dove into the adoring crowd and gave the impression of having puffier, swollen cheeks. The president was photographed hugging and kissing well-wishers in Russia, including a teenage girl. In a second video from the trip, Putin can be seen smiling as he shakes hands with an officer and appears to make an adjustment to his uniform before boarding a jet. Putin is not known to have ever shown such a warm welcome to his security staff. "It's getting impossible to believe that there is only one Putin," a veteran Moscow diplomat said, referring to the speculation that Putin may employ body doubles. "There are a number of them, and they all look nearly identical. I imagine the real one to be sickly and frail-looking, but still beaming a smile while chatting with Kadyrov. This Putin in Dagestan acts differently than the usual one by diving into the crowd." Putin's willingness to get so close to others during his working trip has also sparked rumors, as the Russian leader has been keeping his distance from the public, and even his allies, since March 2020. Putin has taken extreme and stringent measures since the start of the pandemic to ensure that anyone meeting with him in Moscow or St. Petersburg is quarantined for up to 2 weeks. A former Soviet military tactician and politician, now based in the West and known as the Black Colonel, has questioned Putin's approach to meeting with visitors to the Kremlin. Why is Putin meeting with visitors in the Kremlin after their 2-week quarantine and at a great distance, while in Derbent as calmly into the crowd and even hugs and kisses some citizens? Under these circumstances, how can we guarantee the president's safety from harm? There seems to be a problem. It's all very dramatic, as if Putin were playing a role in which he has no part. Pro-war analyst Igor Strelkov said the person who went to Dagestan vaguely resembled Putin, adding that he did not follow the 2-week quarantine necessary to get an appointment with the president. Independent Novaya Gazeta Europe editor Kirill Martinov called Putin's actions in Derbent a riddle when put in context with the past, though he added that he doesn't like the body double theory. It could be the same person, he said, but with a new set of habits. You can get a hug in Derbent while you're quarantined. Abbas Galyamov, Putin's former speechwriter, speculated that the 2-hour flight from Moscow was motivated by the president's desire to be in the company of a enthusiastic crowd, in the wake of the Wagner Group's defection. He continued, "Here, it is easier to organize an enthusiastic crowd.